My name's Melanie Newman.
Melanie Newman, a bit of a broadcasting pioneer.
Salem Red Sox are doing what no other professional baseball team in American history has ever done.
There is only one all-female broadcast team, and that's a broadcast team for the single-A Salem Red Sox. Melanie Newman is the play-by-play announcer of this all-female broadcast team.
2019 FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl is the first all-female radio crew to call a football bowl subdivision game on a national radio network.
Melanie Newman, she was calling balls and strikes for the Salem Red Sox just a few months ago. But now, on Saturday, she'll be on the sideline talking touchdowns and interceptions.
Stretch at the hips for Eddie Silva. Pitch home. Silva struck out by Andrew Schwab. Save number 13. Your Salem Red Sox are going to the Carolina League playoffs.
Melanie Newman.
Well, guys, he could not have been more emphatic during all of his press conferences this week how sick he was of not being at practice, of not being able to be down here on the field and see these guys in person. He said, now, Buckshot last week did well when they were able to communicate on the first drive, but it showed the more that he was in the booth that Buckshot needed that person-to-person interaction down on the field. You saw what he was just able to do with Freeze down here, and you can only hope to see more of that solid communication, the eye contact, and that hands-on mentality that Freeze wants with this team as they roll on.
On Fitz, for you coming around into that final water jump to see Coast go down, what was going through your head?
Thanks, guys. When you're talking about amazing mornings with Virginia and Louisville, you can't leave out NC State. Now, Coleman Stewart, who last year set the pool, meet, and conference records in the 100 back, well, he did it again. He broke it swimming a 44.44 this morning, and he will be swimming in the middle of the pack again this evening in the 100-yard back. So another event to watch out tonight. Again, as you said, it's a tight race between NC State, Virginia, and Louisville. Hartson ready. 1-2 home. Binge drives the ball deep out towards right field. Back at the track, back over the wall, and off of the scoreboard. It's a two-run home run. Garrett Binge take the jog, his fourth trip around this season. And he is flying home. He greets Nicky Love at the plate, and the Sox draw even 4-4 in the bottom of the fourth. A nod to your seniors there, but you mentioned the kids. It's time for your recruiting classes to start growing up. Where do you go from here?
I fly out in the morning. I'm going to get some players.
When you look back on the season, it started right here. How do you sum this year up?
Well, I told them in the pregame, when I was, as I think back on this season and me trying to coach from a hospital bed and man, just the staff held everything together. And nobody flinched, nobody blinked, and until we could get rolling. So just so thrilled, and to be where we stand here today. Beautiful weather, and my family's all here. My daughters and Jill and my parents. So just blessed. And a Gatorade bath to go with it, Coach. Congratulations. I'll take it every time.
Hannafy kicks home to Pedro Castellanos. The first baseman has a swing and a miss, strike one.
Great pronunciation on Pedro, by the way.
I
took it from the moment I heard you. It was like, wow, that is amazing.
To know that this is scholarship money, I mean, this is helping with school, which is kind of something we all struggle with. How awesome is that you get to do that because of cornhole?
Well, this game's just fun anyways, and a lot of people don't know because they think it's just a backyard game. So to get out here and do something this great to help you go to school is just awesome.
All right, guys. Well, Jeff, we've got a lot more going on than just backyard games today.
Lynch with the glove high. Shift, 0-1 pitch. Swing and a drive out towards left field. This one will get down for a base hit. Cottam charges around first. He digs in for second. The throw comes in from Tyler Hill. Cottam arrives safely. A stand-up double back-to-back. Now, Kalea Aloha, I think you're the favorite name of Rowdy Gaines upstairs. But to come in and have such a strong performance in the C final and then come back and close the gap here in the relay, what was your focus?
Well, back when we had mid-season meet, we were challenging Alabama, and I was on the anchor leg, and we lost by .02, and that is what helped me propel through that race and win the 200 free relay.
Coach, as we get ready to start the season here, certainly your share of kickoffs to open up. But as you look at this one, to say that it's a unique circumstance is an understatement. What have been your emotions coming into today?
But none have repercussions. Quite like the tuxedoed critter, out comes Joey Elmore. Bless the grounds crew. He's walking head on towards this thing. It's cut out from behind left field, and it's made its way out into center field now.
Let's get back before Boston ever became a thing for you. But the stint in Cornell with their football program, where were you at as far as what you were planning to do from that point?
We've already discussed how Hugh Freeze could use today's game as a little bit of a chance to experiment, but the same goes for Prunty, and he was actually very forthcoming about it. He said, yeah, we have a lot of these FBS transfers, that's great, but keep in mind, just because they're high caliber doesn't mean they're going to come in right away and be on the same page. He said, I've got an FSU quarterback trying to communicate with a guy from Wake Forest, so he doesn't honestly expect them to be firing on all cylinders until maybe game 6 or 7, and this is going to be that proving ground for him to kind of tinker with what works and what doesn't.
Well, you just said, you were coming in against Virginia on their home track, but this is your in-state rival. Does that make it any sweeter for you, not only to take the crown, but to do it with, someone you're constantly against?
Absolutely. Yeah, no question.
Anderson, 2-2 home. Castellanos swings, and it's a shot with eyes up the third base side. Ryan Fitzgerald scores. Acosta will be held frozen on the shallow play. RBI single, Pedro Castellanos. The Sox break onto the board. Snakes at first base. 1-0 over the Wood Ducks.
What other sports are you following while you're in season?
Me and him had a discussion about the football last night, about how the Saints got robbed of a Super Bowl by the Rams.
What are you talking about, Rob, sir?
The blown pass interference
lost
call.
fair and square.
Pass interference call.
What?
Absolutely.
No chance.
You can ask Jackie about it, too. He said the same thing.
No chance.
Yeah.
Are you both Saints fans?
No, I'm a Rams fan.
Now, we saw you watching Nick Labella's ABs.
I send those to Tori because
Okay.
I tape them and I send them to Tori.
Amy, all-around team performance tonight to continue that winning streak. Let's talk about Jonathan Hernandez for a minute. Coming out first quality start at the AA level, 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts. Really, to watch him progress with you guys, what have you been seeing with him? How's he been developing?
This job isn't about me at all, and it's not about what I have to say. My job is to selflessly give a platform to these athletes.